Along to the next topic, federal government shuts Chinese restaurant that refused to serve Nigerians in Lagos. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has shut down 2 Chinese restaurants located in Victoria Island and Mall 33 in Aboyade Cole in Lagos for refusing to serve Nigerians. The facility was shut down after the staff admitted the existence of a non-service to Nigerians policy. The commission further revealed that the restaurant, Haofei Restaurant, will be undergoing regulatory action after some FCCPC operatives were subjected to the same experience. Now, this move by the government is coming after a Nigerian lady took to Instagram to call out the Chinese restaurant for allegedly asking her and her friends to leave because they are blacks. At Folabomi further claimed that a waitress told them that the management of the restaurant ordered them not to serve anyone who is not Chinese. She also disclosed that the chef could not give them a valid reason for the new rule. All right, this latest video also trended on social media just a few days back before this action by the federal government. And if we recall correctly, a similar thing happened in Kenya like 2 years ago, and the government also had to step in and shut down the Chinese restaurant. Let's go see the clip. We'll be back.
This Chinese establishment, a restaurant too, simply because we are black in Nigeria. That's all I have to say.
In this day and age, the idea of a restaurant or any public place in Nairobi for that matter that does not admit black Kenyans is absolutely shocking. It is for this reason that Kenyans are in an uproar over reports that this restaurant, simply referred to as the Chinese restaurant, is refusing to admit any black Kenyans after 5 p.m. Lack of creativity aside, the management has come out saying that they do not allow black Kenyans into the restaurant because their Chinese patrons feel safer and more comfortable if African patrons are locked out.
All right, welcome back. Okay, so gentlemen, so that is the situation right now. Chinese restaurants shut down in Lagos for not allowing Nigerians to eat in their restaurant. How does that even happen in the first place, Akoko?
Because we lost our sense of shame, basically. There was a time in Lagos that we have people that we call Wole Wole.
What did you call it?
Wole. Health inspectors.
Health inspectors, yeah.
And they will have caught this if the laws are working. Because they will have been there to sanitize, see what they are doing. And then I'm sure people have complained many times that these funny titles ignored until it happened to them. And it's part of our shame that we don't even control what people do in our country. In some countries, ethnic restaurants are allowed, but you cannot discriminate.
Sure.
You put it there, that all is welcome, and then you can take it. There are Yoruba restaurants in New York, there are Yoruba restaurants in Peckham. They're everywhere. There you can get, but it doesn't stop anybody coming.
Calabar kitchen everywhere, always also mention Calabar kitchen.
You know, in this particular restaurant, you know, you can only order takeouts if you're black, but you can't sit down and have a meal, you know. But if you're black, you can sit down and have a meal if you are accompanied by a Chinese. Do you get what I mean?
You cannot come in as a black man.
You can't come in as a black man in, you know, and just sit down and
listen, like I said, every company has their policy. This is discriminatory in a way. That's why it shouldn't be allowed to operate in Nigeria. First and foremost, I keep asking. Look, if I walk in as first and foremost, I'm from Oron in Akwa Ibom State. If there is any place that I go to work and I find out that Oron people or from people from Akwa Ibom State, Cross River State are discriminated against, I will first be the first to resign because I cannot work in such an environment. And these are the Africans, Nigerians that are working in those environments, that are working as serving people. Why do you have to employ Africans to discriminate against their own people? first and foremost. Again, come back to why we love our food. At this point, I don't think I have ever, except my wife that told me one day that I want to go and eat Chinese. And I said, what do they do there? What do you eat?
Calamari.
Then I took her to somewhere that we
and basmati rice, in case you don't know.
And the serious affair with all the rich.
Oh, really?
No, see, I don't know. It's good to eat, other delicacies.
Exactly.
And all that.
Be adventurous.
But no, the closest food to Nigerian food that I can get each time I travel out of the country is Chinese.
Thailand.
And all that.
Chinese, Thailand.
Do you understand? And like Akogo said, whether it's in England or anywhere, you have restaurants, Nigerian restaurants. You can eat your Nigerian food and all that, but they don't discriminate. They don't. In fact, it's even exciting to see other people who, other than Nigerians, coming to eat your food.
But school in UK, you knew, as I have been to UK, that nobody regards Chinese food.
No, people go no.
People don't eat their food.
People still,
except ones who don't have budget.
No,
their food are so cheap.
Cheap. Okay,
it's only in Nigeria.
Their food is cheap, but it's nice. But let me tell you. Let's not talk about the petty ones. Because if the reverse were the case, we would have called out the agencies for not doing their job. But I think I pay tribute to their courage to be able to seal up that place.
Yeah.
Because most of these Lebanese and Chinese who come to this country, they have some powerful Nigerians who are behind them. And if it were in the military era, you just go and throw them out for immigration issues. That's another crude way to do it. But the decent way to do it is what the Consumer Protection Agency has actually done.
I'll tell them the food is not.
Because you see that most of them don't even have immigration papers to be in Nigeria. Their documentation has expired because they're supposed to, funny enough, they're supposed to be renewing it every year. But I pay tribute to the effort of the Consumer Protection Agency. But moving forward, just like Akogu said, we must begin to look back at certain values that we had before that have been eroded, because of our negligence and all that. The inspection agencies that go to inspect restaurants, for even hygiene, we don't even get them anymore. So if we had them, they would have been able to identify some of these things. I don't agree with Godi that Nigerians working there should have resigned. Hunger will kill them.
No,
the truth of the matter, hold on.
They are the first person to bring this to the fore.
The best thing they would have done, is what they have done, which is to raise the alarm, to say, see what is happening here. And you still keep working and be earning your money. And that's basically
now the place has been closed down.
Well, it's a different matter.
Now that the place has been closed down, would they die of hunger? We should do see, like we always say. I think the same issues happen at somewhere in Emina Crescent here, one of the Chinese restaurant that was sealed at Emina Crescent. And I keep asking myself, why if we want to talk about the blacks and the Chinese, who are the people that supposed to have the upper hand? I'm not being racist there. It's very wrong for a company to come here and set up a business, and now the place that we set up a business owned by those people and said, you cannot come here and eat. When I am looking more decent than your own people that come here to eat, you guys don't even take your bets, and that's why all of these things are happening.
St. Peter's from Okota says, my dear, is nobody's issue if they have their restaurants for their citizens alone. I have an African restaurant in Asia myself, and it's for Africans alone. No one have complained over there about it because they don't care. Why do we care about it?
No, the difference is, we're not saying, you can have your restaurant, all right, just like you have in any part of the world. But the difference is that they are saying, for you as a Nigerian to come in here, you cannot come in here and eat. You have to be accompanied by someone else, which is the national.
That takes it to another level.
So ask him. Yes, he's listening. So can he now respond to tell us if he has that kind of law where he is?
That kind of policy
where the non-Nigerians cannot come in, or non-Africans cannot come in except they come in with Africans.
All right, another response coming on WhatsApp says, there is nothing one will not see. With all these orishi they are cooking, imagine, how can we be discriminated in our own country? Wonders shall never end. Well, it's not their fault when our government has made our life and worth so cheap. All right, Nuruddin from Ikeja says, good afternoon all. Must we eat Chinese food? what are they cooking with this coronavirus of a thing? I want it I read it exactly as he wrote it.
Before,
Okay.
before coronavirus, yeah, you're right. Chinese rice is sweet, particularly with the prawns.
Another thing that I also need to
Particularly with the
Okay, go
prawns.
ahead.
what this has done is that this has also opened a new vista. Now, the government, the regulatory agency will need to go in and actually see to the standard of some of this food. And I think across all the Chinese restaurants in Nigeria. And I think it has actually, these guys have actually also draw our attention to that. Because most times, you go there, you don't know whether you are eating snake, you are eating, everything is about coming up. And I ask myself, I'm not used to this. Can I just dive out to some restaurant outside? Let me have my
No, because they actually they give you the menu.
Okay.
They tell you what is there.
What it is.
Prawn, flat prawn, this, whatever. See, in Kenya.
You are too used to Chinese.
No, hold on. In Kenya.
Mr. Sandy obviously likes Chinese food.
I love Chinese.
Obviously.
Let me make this point. In Kenya, if you go to Nairobi, there is this place they call the carnivore. All they do there is just meat, all sorts of meats, all kinds, snake, everything. They tell you, and you identify what you want to eat. They will bring it, all kinds of meat. They don't sell rice. They don't sell anything there. It's just meat.
Okay.
Feast on meat.
Chinyere from Ikotu on WhatsApp says, good afternoon, everyone. Patience, there's more to this, but people are not thinking fast. Investigation should be conducted why they are not serving Nigerians. Are you sure they are not cooking human meat? Anything is possible.
And that's what I just said.
Okay.
Perhaps.
All right. I think she's thinking in line with you, Mr. Goddy. All right. St. Peter's, who says he has an African restaurant in Asia, is back. And he says, sir, the only way an Asian comes in my restaurant is when you are married to an African. So tell me, is there any difference in both?
No, there's half truth there. Did he put it as a regulation? The
Is it a policy?
Is it a policy? The truth of the matter is that for instance, in England, you see a European or a British person to say, I want chili, I want Nigerian chili. So they actually go to the Nigerian restaurant to eat Nigerian stew.
Because it's spicy.
Because it's spicy.
Okay.
And then they now found out, because you require a lot of intelligence. They now found out to know that the three major ethnic groups we have in Nigeria, that the southwest ethnic group, the Yoruba group, eat much of pepper. And so they now ask you, is it a Yoruba restaurant and all that? They need to find out. So in this case, if the person is married to an African or a Nigerian person, and the person now, it's the person that is married to that has brought the person, not that it was a precondition in your restaurant to actually bring the person. There's half truth there.
Okay, but while we're talking about this discrimination, because it is, Chinese against Nigeria, can we talk about Nigerians discriminating against Nigerians? Because that does exist.
No, it's your pocket.
As well.
Patience is your
exactly.
pocket. Your pocket
Where you are discriminated against.
I agree with you.
You get what I mean?
God discriminates against me.
Yeah. Discrimination is discrimination.
No, it's your pocket. If you can afford it, you come. If you cannot afford it.
This is not discrimination. This is about budget. If you go to a restaurant where they are selling a particular drink that you can get off your store for 5,000 for the 5,000 naira,
the choice is
nobody will
yours.
tell you to just stand up and go.
In anger.
I know. If you are the one that takes beer, if you are the one that takes beer, and you go to a restaurant where no beer is sold, nobody will ask you to go. So that one is not discrimination. It's about budget. This is where we come. Now it has become a symbol, a status symbol also. That somebody will say that I drink my beer in a hotel.
Exactly.
You understand? When a bottle of beer in a hotel, it goes for 4,000 naira. When you are played by somewhere where me and Agogo used to drink in our
It's 250 naira.
It's 250 naira.
Okay.
Agogo will tell me. Agogo will simply say, "God,
does Agogo drink beer? I thought he's Muslim.
No, it's giving an example.
Okay.
How did we arrive here, gentlemen? All right, Kelvin also says, is it by force for we black Nigerians to eat Chinese food with this coronavirus of a thing?
Before Corona, Uncle.
We are not eating. Let them have mercy on us. How about before coronavirus? Why are we pretending like we don't eat Chinese food here? We do.
Go to Keja GRA, you see the place full of Nigerians eating Chinese food.
Okay.
Like I
All right.
think Chinese food is become a status symbol in Nigeria. That you are going to a Chinese restaurant. It's not as if
No, you just
there's
want
something
God,
different.
God, you just want variety.
Forget
Variety.
about variety.
Okay, Olafemi Korodu is back and he says Chinese restaurant. Do they sell amala we do begiri pomo? Chinese store, Chinese me. All right, but the truth is, there's nothing wrong
with
if you
eating
like to eat Chinese food.
other ethnic foods, yeah.
Or other ethnic. Some people like Indian cuisine.
Like to explore.
Whatever, But then when you're being discriminated against in your own country, it's just a no-no. It's a no-no. So I'm happy the federal government did the needful in this case, and that should be like a deterrent to those out there who are doing the same thing.
And
They're
ladies
watching
that
you.
are asking black men to take them to Chinese and stop too. It's not right.
Go to some Calabar kitchen. Fantastic food.
I don't want to
Salmon,
advertise
vegetable,
anything.
very nourishing,
Very
good for
nice
your body.
African dishes.
Thank you, Mr. Godi.
But you eat that in your house, buddy. You eat it in your house. Why do you go to the restaurant? You won't change.
I went to Cannes. I went to Cannes in 2013.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, listen.
Can we leave this topic?
I went to Cannes in 2019. I was drinking. I ate for 1 week. I was eating pizza. This their hard bread, the bread that is very hard, just 1 euro, with soft drink. I don't want to mention the name. For almost 5 days. One day I asked somebody, where can I eat? The least place I could see was a Thai restaurant. When I got into that Thai restaurant, I ate rice like they were looking. People were moving out.
As if you had not eaten.
Not eating rice. Yeah. Okay.